Hey, what's happening, guys? Dan Darrow here with another Options and Play video update. One of the things that was a little bit more absent last yesterday and Monday was that whole rotation um, trade that has really been taking place now for the better part of like 2 months. Meaning that days when maybe tech was down, then you'd have energy, banks, maybe industrials up, or like vice versa. When those names took a day off, then you'd see tech wake up, or maybe one day it was like the big tech names, the next day it was like the semis, right, and so on and so forth. The last 2 days it was more broad based. There was a lot of selling across just about every sector, a few exceptions here and there. Today, starting to see that rotation play out again, right? And what's interesting is that it basically comes at like a really critical time for the SPY. My focus personally has been much more on the Qs since the start of the year. However, I do think right now the spiders are the more interesting of the two indices because of what's basically taking place. So right now, I mean, you can see the green line is the 8 EMA. Pulled into it, ticked below it yesterday. Now it's back above it. So, I mean, that in and of itself, maybe not so interesting. Now, when I go out further, you'll see what I mean, right? So when I draw this trend line, this is what we were talking about Monday during the option session, is that you can see that the SPY actually, through the course of April, extended through the top of this channel, right? This is a very, very, very well-defined channel, and at one point, just last week, it had extended through the top of it. Then yesterday, right, traded back underneath it, also traded back underneath the 8 EMA, and today, bounce, and looks to be attempting to reset. Now, what it does here is going to be significant, right? Because you can see, and again, I mean, very, very, very well defined. In September, October, November, December, January, February, really the only month it didn't test the top of this channel was March, right? And then obviously every time it did test the top of the channel and failed, it ultimately pulled back. Sometimes 6, 7, sometimes 10 to 12, sometimes 15. So how it maneuvers and how it handles the top of this is really going to kind of set the tone, because if it can stay here and build, then maybe we get an extension through the top of this channel. However, if we do follow recent history and we fail, we could be looking at a quicker correction, and the 20-day 405, it seems like it might be like a near-term target. So pretty significant. I mean, obviously that's going to impact. It's going to impact a lot of swing trades, right? Because we've been looking at some different areas. I mean, obviously in some tech, but also some industrials, some healthcare. So I mean, I am kind of focused on what the SPY is doing here, because kind of trying to get a feel for like how we want to approach like the next 2 weeks, like the next 3 weeks, and I think what the SPY does here is probably really going to set the tone. In addition to earnings playing out. So I think there's like a lot of like near-term developments that are worth monitoring, and this is like high up on the list. All right. So if you like this video and you're looking for more information on swing trading with options, or maybe hedging with options, please follow up with the link in the description of the video for more information on options to play. Hope you have a wonderful night. Stay well, and I will talk to you all tomorrow.